Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the self-proclaimed South Shore's favorite podcast. I'm your host, Tyler Panero.
I'm Will Mickelson.
And we're just back.
It's good to be back.
You know, it's always a good day to just be back. It's as our season 1 saying. It's a great day to have a great day.
It is a great day to have a great day. I think we.
And you know who had a great day yesterday?
Oh my God,
the
GOAT. The GOAT did.
The GOAT of everything, Caitlin Clark. John McAlpine, you know. Caitlin Clark is the GOAT.
It's just like the thing that's so fascinating about Caitlin Clark is that you know that she's going for 30. The other team knows that she's going for 30 plus.
I saw a tweet today. It said,
it's amazing.
It says, I feel like playing Caitlin Clark now is what it felt like to play Joe Burrow in 2019.
It probably did.
I feel like that's a very accurate comparison.
Well, you know what's going to happen. You know Caitlin Clark is
going
to go crazy.
You're done.
You know she's going to get 10 assists. You know she's going to get 30 plus. You know, last night she goes for 41.
Damn near got a triple-double.
Yeah, exactly. And
very close.
It's crazy because I believe in the Elite 8 last year, she did get a triple-double, a 40-point triple-double. So it's a step down somehow from what she did last year.
You know, like, Caitlin, get better. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
What are you doing?
Just like when you have the other team shrugging.
Like, what am I going to do?
What are you going to do?
Did you watch some of the game yesterday?
I did.
Dude, from the halfway through the third quarter till the very end, Iowa was in control of that game. It was a dog 100%. Fight for the first half.
It was, yeah.
But Caitlin Clark took it personally. Yeah. You know. Don't do that.
It's time. Actually, I made for the first time actually ever. I will admit, I made a women's March Madness bracket to go along with the men's, and I picked Iowa to win it all. I actually have that whole side of the bracket pretty much right. I had LSU and Iowa, with Iowa coming out on top. And I think I got screwed on the other side though, because I had USC winning, and we'll get into that a little bit later.
Yeah, but things happen.
Caitlin Clark is just undeniably the GOAT of just college basketball this year.
She's on another planet right now.
It's just insane. She is hooping. I'm very excited to see whether she goes to the WNBA or she just got offered that big 3 contract.
I think she can do both.
She can do both.
It's not going to interfere with the WNBA season.
I'm not sure if she
I'm going to the Big 3 again this year in Boston.
Yeah.
So, Caitlin Clark, if you're there, that'd be pretty sweet because, they're very chill. They're not like any other basketball thing you've gone to. You can get pictures with literally everybody. I got to meet Dr. J. I got to meet Katino Mobley. Clyde Drexler was like 10 feet in front of me. Couldn't go meet him, though, because
I was
the
so
guard and
close
security.
To Ice Cube.
Shout out to the guard and security for doing their jobs and all, but you guys are very strict. ISO Joe was propped down taking photos of people. I was ready to go over and get my flick, and they're like, oh, hold on.
Can't do it.
Nope. I did get to sit courtside the Big 3.
Did you sneak in too?
Yep.
Me too.
For the last game. For the last game.
Yeah.
It was Dr. J's team playing though.
Yeah, so I went to the game where Scal played.
I was not at that. No. Jaylen Brown pulled up for a little bit when I was there.
That's what's up.
He came at the second or third game and then left after the fourth game.
He's a busy man. He's got places to be.
He is a busy man.
Yeah, but I have Iowa. I don't know about you. I have Iowa going all the way.
I think we're gonna get the national championship in the Final Four.
Yeah.
UConn versus Iowa.
Is that the Final Four matchup?
That's a Final Four matchup. Ooh. No, they're playing each other.
Wait, so USC's out, right? They lost to UConn.
USC's done.
So what's the other side of the bracket?
So it's NC State versus South Carolina.
Okay.
South Carolina is undefeated.
Yeah, all right. So South Carolina
is going to be tough.
Yeah. So they're probably going to make the chip. Damn, Caitlin Clark is a tough road to get to the Natty, man.
Did you see that? So I'm also supporting UConn. If Iowa loses, I will still be supporting UConn because shout out to MHS alumni Rocco DeSantis. GOAT. If you guys don't know, Rocco is actually the head manager of the girls team at UConn.
All right.
Rocco does literally everything. He's a beast. Shout out to Rocco.
But shout out Rocco. Paige Beckers is also a bucket. I'm a big Paige
Beckers and 2 other players. I can't remember their names. Sorry. You guys are unbelievable. I'm just really bad with names. Played 40 minutes last night. They did not come off the court once. Played the entire game. And, dude, Juju Watkins, she's a freshman. She is a bucket.
Juju's a beast.
Juju is a bucket.
Yeah, I know. It feels like it's just her on USC, and she carried that team so far. Yeah. With just her as a freshman. That's
as a 1 seed, too.
As a 1 seed. I'm very excited for how this whole women's March Madness is going to end, because there's so many stars across every team. You still got, I know South Carolina's got some buckets, but even LSU, you had Haley Van Lith, you had Angel Reese. There's number 12. I can't remember her name. Number 24, also a bucket. They pretty much had a big three going there. You have Caitlin Clark on Iowa. You got
all of Iowa's
Beckers.
All of Iowa's
Juju
wings
Watkins.
all of Iowa's wings are low key nasty.
Yeah.
They just have Caitlin Clark diamond them up, and if she's not diamond them up, she's dropping 9 threes. Like she broke the record for most threes in an NCAA tournament game too.
It's insane. She had what 9 last night?
9 last night.
It's insane.
Talk.
I'm very excited to see how this is going to end because again, look at the path. You had to take down Van Lith. You had to take down Reese. You had to take down
the whole LSU, the team that
LSU
beat you,
juggernaut. Yeah,
that beat you in the national championship.
Now you have to go take on UConn and Paige Beckers, and there's a debate right now. You know, is Paige Beckers better overall than Caitlin Clark? I don't think so.
I think it's a lot closer than some would think.
It is a lot closer than people think. I just think that what Caitlin Clark does for her team is more impactful.
Caitlin
I get
Clark
Paige as a
is
bucket
like,
though.
It's like Caitlin Clark is like the better like overall like scorer and all that. I feel like Paige Beckers is like the better teammate.
Probably better.
Not
overall.
discrediting like anyone.
Yeah.
But the way
Caitlin Clark had 12 assists last night.
But like even from like a leadership standpoint, if you watch Paige Beckers, if her teammate screws up, she's the first one over there being like, keep your head up, don't like get down. We're just gonna worry about the next play.
And that's how UConn's gonna win because Beckers is a beast, man.
UConn legit. And I guess NC State too. Both of them could win in both brackets.
But I mean, no one's gonna beat South Carolina until the Natty.
Yeah.
I'll say that.
All right.
So all right, keep receipts on that.
Keep doubting.
South Carolina's
got
some buckets over there though.
So want to move over to like the men's bracket?
Sure. Yeah. The men's is
I know
great too.
I know for sure not a single person watching has this Final Four correct.
No.
We got
no shot.
UConn, which people probably had.
Mm-hmm. Purdue.
We got Purdue, which people probably had. Shout out to Quinn Sullivan. Quinn, I don't like you right now, but we'll be friends after the Natty. It's okay. We got NC State. There's where everything gets all screwed
an
up.
11 seed.
And
Bama.
Who is the other team? Bama. Yes. So technically there is a perfect bracket right now. The Bama dude.
Yeah.
He only picked Bama games. He didn't pick any other games. And he picked Yale. He picked Yale beating BYU.
Yeah.
It was great. So, out of those Final Four, in the men's side, who do you want and who do you think?
I will say I got the honor and the pleasure of last Saturday. I got to attend in person UConn versus Illinois, and first of all, the atmosphere in the Garden was unlike anything I've ever seen before. I've been to Celtics playoff games where it's been like at the top. UConn Illinois up there, if not better.
Really?
I mean it was
you got to watch.
Insane. We had first of all we had very good seats, which I didn't know. Shout out to Geico again.
Yep.
But the seats that we had, I think, were 15 rows back from the bench. Like it was.
That's crazy.
It was insane. I think
you got to watch.
Clinton is phenomenal for them. The big man, number 32. He's a beast.
Dude, you got to watch them open the floodgates on Illinois. Like,
oh my! 30-0 run.
I was watching a movie with my mom and my brother. I checked the score. It's like a 2-point game. I checked the score like 10 minutes later. UConn's up by 30. They went on a 30-0 run in that game.
It was incredible to watch.
Dude, I if you don't think UConn's going to win right now, I think you're just like out of your mind.
See, I picked Purdue at the beginning of the year. I picked them in my bracket. I'm still going to stick with Purdue just because that's who I picked. But I will say UConn is up there for just being like that team. I mean, they got buckets on that team. All across the board.
They've trailed for like 20 seconds this entire tournament.
No, it's been insane. UConn has impressed me the most, and considering that Purdue had kind of a close one, I forget who they played actually, but their last game was close.
Tennessee.
Yeah, they had a close game versus Tennessee, which granted Tennessee was better than Illinois, I think.
Tennessee, they played very well.
They played extremely well.
It's just hard to stop Edey.
Yeah,
but I think if anyone can stop Edey, it's gonna be what's his name? DJ Burns? Is that his name?
The center for
NC State?
Oh yeah.
Big boy, big lefty.
Oh yeah, he's
good.
He's the new hefty lefty.
But
that
dude, he's good.
No,
he's nasty.
He's just like a bigger Jokic man. Like
he's Nikola Jokic approved. They asked Jokic about this in a press conference. He's like, I like him. He's very skilled. I do like it.
Jokic probably doesn't even know who he is. He's just like, get me out of the press conference.
Yeah, it's time to go home. Dude, I'm pulling for NC State, but if I had to pick a winner, I would put my money on UConn.
Yeah.
But
so
if
that's
NC State won,
it's
baby.
Bama versus
UConn.
And then Purdue versus NC State.
Yep.
Wow, that's gonna be a tough game.
Dude, I love the Cinderella stories, and this is gonna be about as good as it gets. Other than did they make it to the finals or did they make it to the Final Four? It was a couple years ago. Was it Jimmer in them?
Yeah.
Jimmer and them boys.
Yeah, Jimmer and them boys. It was UNC was an 8 seed and made the chip the year that Nova won, right?
Yeah, but it's
Gonzaga.
It's UNC.
Yeah, okay.
Gonzaga hasn't won in like decades.
Really? I thought Gonzaga won in like the past 5 years.
No, the past 5 were last year. It was.
I know it's
last year was UConn.
UConn.
Year before it was Kansas.
And then Baylor.
Then none because of
COVID. Yeah.
COVID. Then before it was either Nova or North Carolina.
I think it was Nova.
It went Nova, North Carolina, Nova, because that Nova was when they won on the buzzer beater.
Yeah,
No. We're missing one.
It's somewhere in
before COVID, it was Virginia.
Virginia.
It was Virginia.
There we go. After they got 116 upset.
Yeah, it was Virginia, and then the year before it was Nova.
Yeah.
And then it was UNC, then Nova, I think.
Okay.
So Gonzaga hasn't been there in a while.
Wow. I mean, that's.
And UConn, they have something to do that hasn't been done since. The most intimidating man in the NBA was in the NCAA. You know what I'm talking about? Most intimidating man in the NBA?
No, there's a lot of intimidating dudes.
Who do you think I'm talking about?
I mean, I'm thinking Draymond, but that's just
not
at
all.
True.
Not even close.
The most intimidating?
Yeah, Giannis is deeply afraid of this guy.
Oh, Al Horford.
Yes. Al Horford and them Florida Gators.
Really? Went back to back?
They went back. They're the last team to go back to back.
Man, I mean that's a.
I mean, you have Al Horford. There's not much you can do.
Yeah.
By the way, I don't know if like fans are allowed to vote on this. I saw something today that Al Horford's a finalist for Teammate of the Year. You gotta go vote for Big Al.
Oh, I'm voting for Big Al.
If you're not voting for Big Al, what are you doing? Like,
what are you doing?
Al's a locker room guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's always there when you need him. He starts. He comes off the bench.
He hits threes. He guards the best player if he has to.
He dunks on people.
He's
like
a beast.
Giannis Antetokounmpo has nightmares about this guy. Dude,
I can't blame him.
I was watching the game. I was watching that game.
If Al was coming after me, I'd be scared.
Dude, like, why do you think Embiid keeps dodging?
That's what I'm saying.
He's terrified.
It's not that ACL. He's making it up.
Al Horford owns big men in the East.
He really does. But I want some predictions out of you for the Final Four for both men's and women's. I guess we'll start with women's because that's where we started.
It's gonna be a dogfight. You know, I'm gonna take South Carolina first. That's who it is, right? I'm gonna take them. You know, undefeated. It's gonna be hard to do it, but there hasn't been. I'll wait for it. This other Final Four game. This is gonna get your popcorn out for this one. This is gonna be cinema. You know, you've seen great movies like The Godfather, Goodfellas, and all that. This is going to be like a 99 on Rotten Tomatoes. It's going to be elite. But I think, honestly, the Iowa Hawkeyes are going to come out on top. But this is going to probably be the greatest women's college game ever.
I'm very excited for that. So you have
so I have Iowa versus South Carolina
for the chip.
Yes.
Okay.
And there has not been a team to have an entire undefeated season in NCAA history in a long, long time. The closest team to doing it was when Kat and Booker were at Kentucky a few years ago. And Will, I do not think that's going to happen.
There we go.
I do not think it's going to happen.
You scared me for a sec.
I got the Iowa Hawkeyes winning. Caitlin Clark's farewell tour ends, you know, with, you know, some shiny silverware right here. And goes off to the league a champ.
I like that. I mess with that. So
it's going to be hard to beat UConn, though.
It's going to be very hard.
Because UConn has been a juggernaut in women's college basketball for over 20 years. UConn's a beast. Yeah. And you know what's crazy about UConn? They always find a way.
They do always find a way.
They were not supposed to beat USC. No, they beat USC.
So for my predictions, I'm actually pretty much going to mirror you.
Paige was out the entire year last year.
And they still were balling.
Came back. She dropped 30 in the freaking Elite Eight. Beast.
So I'm with you the whole way. I've got South Carolina winning on that side of the bracket, going to the chip. And I agree with you. First of all, UConn versus Iowa is going to be like pure cinema. I'm very excited to see that game. It's gonna be
I'm
good.
watching that instead of like whatever men's game's on.
100%. Dude, that's like a century like defining game.
Unless like
who is the GOAT right now?
Unless Purdue is getting beat down by NC State, I'm not tuning in.
No.
I would much rather watch this masterpiece.
I agree with you. So I'm gonna, I think it's gonna be close. I really think this game is gonna be very, very tight. But I can't doubt number 22, man. So give me Iowa going to the chip versus South Carolina, and I'm right there with you. No one's taking down Caitlin Clark. The senior year, it's time to go to the WNBA, and it's time to leave the NCAA on top as a champ. You're already the all-time leading scorer, men or women, in the history of the NCAA. Caitlin Clark getting a ring and going on a farewell tour, and then getting drafted first overall at WNBA.
Yep.
It's gonna be good.
Can't get much better than that.
Yeah, much better.
So, we've talked a lot of college today.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, might as well
Do the men's.
I was gonna say let's do the men's. I got, you know what? Screw it. NC State. NC State over Purdue.
NC State.
Zach Edey's reign is over. Done. No more.
Burns gonna
DJ Burns is gonna lock him up, give him a nice little 25 and 15, and then obviously UConn's gonna do it. And as much as I want to pick NC State to win it all, I don't think they can compete with UConn. I don't think anybody can compete with UConn, to be fair.
Yeah.
I think UConn's just going to just run through them and just blow the doors off of them and walk to their second national championship in a row and break the very long streak of not winning back-to-back in over, 15 years.
I messed with that. I'm going to do a little different.
Yeah.
I'm going to go for my bracket state. First of all,
Typical Willie Nick.
NC State, Purdue. I do love Burns. I think he's a beast, but I'm going to have to take Purdue in this one. Just because I picked them to win, I'm going to have to take Purdue. And I do think that Purdue is a very, very good team. I think they got ballers all around there, aside from Edey, who, again, is probably the best player in the men's college basketball right now. He's hooping. Maybe Clinton's up there. It's up for debate. Who knows? From there,
I don't see
other
Edey,
side
I
of
don't
the
see
bracket.
Edey being a first-round pick. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, you never know.
Right now he's projected 30th to guess who?
The Celtics.
Mm-hmm.
That would be
I would trade him.
Yeah.
Brad will probably trade the pick down.
Yeah, probably. I mean, that's just how it works.
Typical Bradley.
Other side of the bracket, we've got UConn versus. Why am I blanking? Why do I not know who they're playing? Who's UConn playing? Who is it? I literally forget.
Alabama.
There we go. Bama. Okay. So UConn versus Bama.
Very hot in the studio.
Tyler's disarming the sweatshirt. So, who I am taking in the other side of the bracket when it comes to UConn and Bama, I think they're both very, very good teams. Bama obviously has gone on this crazy run as a 4th seed. No one really picked Bama to get this far. But I think the Cinderella run is going to end here. I'm going to take UConn. UConn looks like the best team in the country right now. And they are going to the national championship, which will make my bracket right for my championship picks if Purdue and UConn are there. And in the championship, I'm going to take Purdue. I'm going to take Purdue to win it all. I think that it's Purdue's championship to lose right now. I think that this should be their year. And it feels like UConn's kind of trying to upset them. Obviously, I think that UConn will be the favorites if they go in, especially the way that they've been playing. Give me Purdue. Purdue all the way. I'm not even a Purdue fan or really that much of an Edey fan, but I'm just kind of going off of pride because that's the team that I picked. Give me them boys in Purdue taking home the national championship.
It will be look at this.
Look at that.
Brand new. No more sweatshirt. It is very hot in studio way today, but it's okay. We got this beautiful studio that we're filming in, so you can't complain.
Exactly.
So it would be pretty nice to see Purdue after getting embarrassed last year. There's no better word to say. Just flat out embarrassment.
Yeah.
Losing in the first
Fairleigh
round.
Dickinson. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's tough.
It was a crazy game too. But to bounce back from that happening and be embarrassed, it'll be like Virginia.
Yeah.
It'll be almost.
That's
exactly
kind of why I picked
like
them at the
Virginia.
beginning of the year. It's that redemption arc.
It's unfortunate.
It is unfortunate
But
because Purdue fans are annoying. I will say that.
I will live and die on this train. I think Carson Edwards is the better Purdue player instead of Zach Edey.
I mean, that's just wrong, but I respect it.
Really?
Yeah.
Has Zach Edey ever dropped 50?
No, but he's been the best player for them.
Yeah, so is Edwards.
Yeah, but there's levels to this. You know what I mean? Edwards had a good run. Don't get me wrong. Edwards had a good run, but as far as the whole season goes, historically, Edey's a better player. But I love C Boogie. He's a beast.
Too bad bro's not even gonna be as good as Christian Laettner.
Yeah, that is unfortunate. Yeah, college basketball's heating up right now.
It's crazy.
March Madness.
It sucks that it's almost over, but
yeah,
we're gonna get another playoffs very, very soon.
Yes, we are.
And Ime Udoka, you were things didn't end well here, but you need to do us a favor. We need you to knock either Golden State or the Lakers out.
Get them out.
Get them out of the play-in. Get them out. Just gone. See ya. Bye. Keep winning games. It'll be like your last gift to the Celtics. Just get them out. You don't like either of them. Don't even want to think about playing them. Get them out.
I can't believe the Lakers went from being like they were like a top 4 seed in the West, and now they're just fighting for play-ins with the Rockets, right?
It's the opposite of what they did last year.
Yeah.
Complete opposite.
It is a complete 180 of what last year was.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
But you know what? They deserve it.
It's the NBA seating up right now.
You deserve it, Lakers.
We talked about the top seed a couple of episodes ago. Whether it's going to be the Thunder or the Nuggets, and I think the Kings, but the Kings are pretty much out.
The Kings are cooked.
Yeah.
They are so cooked. Herter's done for the year.
Yeah.
And Monk won't be back till the second round.
It's not looking good. I'm going to pull up the standings right now real quick.
You go. What do you want to go? East? You want East or you want West?
We can start with West because we've already kind of hinted at it.
I'll take a look at the East so we don't gotta go back and forth.
So the West right now we have neck and neck. We have the Thunder and the Nuggets, 52 and 22 for the Thunder, and then 52 and 23 on the side of Denver. Minnesota probably not gonna punch back up in there. It's gonna be fine. No. You got the Clippers, Dallas, Pelicans. Those are your teams who are avoiding the play-in. Which, honestly, very impressive. Dallas has avoided it once again. I mean, Luka's an animal.
Didn't last year they not even make it?
Yeah.
Didn't make playoffs at all. Mm-hmm. That's insane.
Yeah, it's pretty terrible. And then, as Tyler mentioned, we have the 38 and 36 Houston Rockets at 11 right now, trying to punch their way up and get back into the play-in tournament. Back at, the top of it. 7 seed, we have the Phoenix Suns. At 8, we have Sacramento. 9, we have the Lakers. And at 10, we have Golden State. Pretty much a game between all those guys, 44, 43, 42, and 40. So, I mean, if the Rockets want a chance, they really need to go and get these last couple of wins. We'll actually take a look at the standings. So, Dallas plays the Warriors tonight. So that could easily be a loss for them, and the Rockets play the Timberwolves. So it's coming tough. I mean, we don't have a lot of games left in the year, right? We've only got a few days left.
Minnesota's probably not gonna take it easy on the Rockets.
Yeah,
because they can still realistically get the 1 seed. I think it's just gonna be a lot harder.
I'm trying to find where the last day of games are. I know we're getting there. I know it's okay. So this Sunday is the last day of games coming up
for the regular season.
Yeah. And the Rockets, they got a tough way going forward. So it's gonna be tough.
Did you see on the thing how it has the orange lines next to the Nuggets and the Thunder?
Yeah.
Does that mean that they're the only 2 left fighting for the?
I think so. I believe so.
Ooh, that is unfortunate for the Timberwolves.
I mean, the Timberwolves are still gonna be good. I feel like going into the playoffs.
Do you think anything's gonna shift in the East? Or do you think that's just how they're all?
No, the East it seems pretty much set in stone right now, which is kind of why I wanted the West, but it's gonna be tough.
The Sixers are in the play-in.
I know.
I mean, granted, they haven't had their best player since January. So.
Yeah. And Tyrese Maxey has played well.
The Heat are also in the play-in. Ooh. So I think right now for the East play-in, we got the first round would be the Sixers and the Heat. Mm-hmm. Winner gets 7 seed. I think the Sixers would take it.
Yeah.
But it'd be a better game than you think.
I mean, if we get playoff Jimmy early, you never know.
Yeah, but then the other one would be the Bulls and the Hawks to play against the loser of that game. Mm-hmm. I think if the Bulls win, the Bulls get their revenge on the Heat and take them out.
Okay.
I think both of those.
Okay.
I think both those teams.
I can get behind that.
I think both those teams realistically take out the Heat, but I would much rather the Bulls because the Bulls would end up playing the Celtics.
Yeah.
And I do not want to play against Atlanta right now.
I don't want to play against Atlanta. I don't want to play against Miami. I'm all set.
That's it, though. That's it.
I will take literally anyone else.
I'm not scared of New York.
No.
I'm not scared of Milwaukee. I'm not scared of Cleveland.
No.
I don't want to play against.
I'm terrified. It's always those.
It's not even the Heat that I'm scared of. It's just
Jimmy.
It's one guy. But he doesn't have a supporting cast this year. There hasn't even been any guys that have been sneakily good. Caleb Martin started to ease up last year throughout the playoffs.
Yeah.
And then he became a demigod second round against the Knicks. There's no one like that on the team now. Maybe Duncan Robinson.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy?
It's going to be like Tyler Hero.
You're not going to believe this. Duncan Robinson is the same age as Andre Drummond.
Wait, really?
Yes.
That makes no sense.
I swear to God. The two of them are the exact same age.
That's in my head. I don't like that at all.
It's weird, right?
Where's Drummond playing now?
Drummond is, I want to say he's in Chicago.
Yeah, but no, that checks out.
I think that's right.
Yeah.
But I'm not 100% sure.
That's insane. The Drummond fall off was actually crazy.
Needs to be studied. But Andre Drummond is a goat at hitting like half court, full court shots.
Yeah, don't ask him to hit a three, but one hand from half court.
Yeah.
Throw it up.
Steven
Easy.
Adams.
Steven Adams style.
Wow.
Just whip it up there.
Steven Adams, when he did it, it was kind of like he just like tossed it in. It was like throwing away your laundry.
Yeah.
You know, he's like
that's Aquaman.
Socks. Bang.
That's the goat. We love Aquaman.
Dude, it sucks that he had to go out for the entire year. Yeah. And then he got traded.
Yeah.
Like Memphis.
Where's he at now? He's at
I think he's in Houston.
He's in Houston.
I might be wrong, but I know Memphis traded him.
Yeah.
I don't know where they traded him to, but I know Memphis also traded Xavier Tillman to the Celtics.
Yeah, they did.
Thank you. I like that.
Yeah, they did. I was having this argument the other day to kind of touch on the Celtics real quick because it wouldn't be the part-time pod if we didn't talk a little bit of Celtics.
The homers.
Should Tillman be starting when it comes to the playoffs?
Ooh.
Right? Because here the theory,
I'm gonna say no.
Okay.
But I think he should be the first person off the bench.
Fair enough. So the theory right now is that you go Drew, you go Derek White, you go Brown Tatum, and then Brown Tatum, and then you can go like Porzingis. So that's the first lineup that you can go.
Yeah.
Or you can move Drew to the bench.
I was thinking
Derek White, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Tillman, and then Porzingis to go for that big lineup.
Because here's the thing with Tillman. Tillman is an amazing defender. Like, doesn't get much better than Tillman. Yeah. You know, he's got like the most generic name ever, but
he does.
He's got the straps.
He's got a name of like.
He always keeps.
If you just looked at his name, you're like, oh, that's a guy who plays.
He sounds like your old neighbor. Yeah. You know, like Mr. Jones or whatever. Hey, Xavier. How you doing, buddy?
How you doing? But like in his heyday, he was locking people up.
He's still in his heyday.
He was
still in the heyday. So, here's the thing: if we played against like Philly, or what's the other team? Acampo is Milwaukee.
Acampo.
Yeah, shout out Flight. If we played against one of them, well, actually no, against Embiid, I want Al Horford on Embiid because you know Embiid's just terrified.
Exactly.
But against Giannis, I want Tillman on Giannis because I think Tillman will do the best because Tillman doesn't foul that much.
Exactly. So that's like in the first round, I feel like we go with the classic. You go the double guards with the Jays, and then probably Porzingis. And then when you start getting to these bigger teams where you have like, you know, your Milwaukee's, maybe I think Cleveland even you still probably stay with Porzingis. Yeah. But a team like Milwaukee where you have Brook Lopez and Giannis, it's tough, man.
But even with Cleveland, I think going your bigger lineup would be better against them.
Yeah.
Because Brook Lopez, he's slow. If you go against Cleveland, you got to deal with Mobley and Jared Allen.
Yeah, no.
They're
so
young,
I guess you
young
go
athletic bigs.
Yeah.
Maybe. But Tatum's a big boy.
Yeah, but is Tatum gonna guard Mobley at the 4 though?
Dude, Mobley, man, he's a skinny dude.
Yeah, I know, but he's got that length.
He does have that length.
And also, you want, you know, obviously Tatum's a good defender, but I feel like you want Tatum on more of a forward guard rather than a forward center.
Let's look at the Cavs.
Tatum needs to score the ball.
Let's look at the Cavs lineup. Their starting 5 is Garland, Mitchell, Strus.
Is it Strus now?
I think it is.
Is it not a Okoro anymore?
No.
Oh.
It's those 3. Mobley, Allen.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's going to be rough with Donovan Mitchell. Honestly, I would like to put JB on Donovan Mitchell. You can call me crazy if you want for that.
No, I don't mind that.
JB's been playing.
I like Derek White versus him, though. Or Drew. I think if you just send all 3 of those guys.
You know who I want to put Drew on if we play? I want to put Drew on Brunson. If we play the next, I want Drew on Brunson. Because Drew can guard guards very well.
Yeah.
You've seen him against Dame.
Yeah.
Drew puts Dame in a blender.
He does.
Like, Drew, but against, like, because, you know, Dame, he's, like, on the short. Like, I guess Donovan Mitchell's on the short side, too. But Donovan Mitchell's so much more explosive than Dame is. If you're, like, a rim runner, Drew is shutting you down.
Yeah.
Like, Drew will obviously do, like, a good job against Donovan Mitchell if you played him, like, if it's just any, like, regular day. But
if Mitchell
he'll beat him off the step.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, he's going to have that quick first step, get to the rim, then it's over.
But Brunson's not dunking.
Nah.
Brunson just has, like, he has such good footwork.
Yeah.
But Drew is such a patient and, like, poised defender that I think if Drew was on Brunson, he could.
Have so many good defenders. It makes me so happy.
Like, you got Tingus Pingus blocking shots.
Yeah.
Derek White, who was an all-defensive player last year.
Mm-hmm.
Drew Holiday, who was. People said, I don't believe it, that he should have won it over Marcus Smart. You know, believe what you want to believe. But I think Marcus deserved it.
No, Marcus deserved it. But I mean,
Drew, obviously, elite defender.
Drew is an animal. Like, no slouch to him. He's a beast.
Here's an interesting question for you. I asked this to my dad and my brother a couple weeks ago. If you could add one former Celtic to this current team right now, who would it be?
I love this. I'm a big fan of this.
I have a pick.
I've been asked this before.
I want to hear yours before I say mine because
So,
I've had mine locked in.
It's because like the obvious answer, right, is that you want to take Larry Bird, but then I feel like there's too many like.
Yes.
You don't have enough.
I had the exact same thought process
right?
here.
So you have too many. I don't want to say shooters, but like ball dominant guys.
Yes.
Bird needs the ball in his hand.
Because then you'd have Brown and Tatum.
It's tough.
And Larry Bird.
It's tough.
So it wouldn't work.
I know that for sure wouldn't work.
Then Pierce out the door.
Yeah, Pierce. You can't take Paul
Can't have
Pierce.
Havlicek.
Yeah. Ooh. Okay. Honestly, this is tough.
If you have the same answer as me, I honestly
I'm between two guys.
Let's hear both.
Okay.
I want to hear both.
So this is the guy I'm not gonna pick, but I
wow.
think he deserves a nod. I think Ray Allen deserves a nod.
I think that wasn't my pick.
Okay.
But I think that's a very good option
So
just to have another shooter. And he's a
great shooter.
I think he's a way better defender
and he can play defense. Yeah.
I think he's a better defender than Hauser too.
Exactly.
Like no disrespect to Sam Hauser, but I think like most of the reasons the Celtics have been like they lost those games to the Hawks.
Yeah.
They let like obviously they were up by 30, but I feel like you can't have the entire bench in at some points.
But again,
I think they're good individual players. But I feel like the whole bench doesn't work. You need to have like two starters out there at all times.
So here's the thing. I think that if you take Ray Allen, you're going to have to move either Drew or Derek White to the bench, and I don't mess with that. I think our guard depth is very, very good right now, which is why I'm going to take KG.
Oh, my God. We are on the same wavelength. There's one reason I would take Kevin Garnett.
Well, he can play the 4, and then Porzingis can play the 5, and then it's just...
He's intimidating. He is so intimidating.
Dude, imagine that flair on defense from Garnett.
And he's Defensive Player of the Year winner.
Oh my God. So again, I think either
or
way you're gonna have to move a guard down, right? Yeah. So it's probably gonna be Derek White, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, then KG and Porzingis. It's wraps. It's over. It's absolutely over.
Then you have Drew Holiday off the bench. You got Horford, Tillman, Hauser, Pritchard, and then freaking Jaden Springer. Who I like Jaden Springer. He
still got Tillman to come and get these guys out if they need to. Yeah. No, I'm taking KG. But it's hard. It's so hard to not take Bird.
If we never
that's how good the Celtics are right now.
If we never ended up getting Drew, my pick would have been Rondo.
Yeah. No. Me too. Honestly.
Which shout out Rajon Rondo. He officially called it a career today.
Finally.
Rajon Rondo is officially retired from the league. Rondo, thank you for 17. Thank you for all the memories you gave us. You were actually my first. Rondo was my first NBA jersey ever.
Yeah.
It was a small little green T-shirt.
Yeah.
Rondo was great.
Rondo was the first NBA player that I looked at, and when I was 13, 14, I was like, oh, that's sick.
Rondo, you'd think this dude's like a 15-time All-Star if you watch his highlight reel.
Yeah, man, he's a beast.
Like throwing the fake behind the backs and all of that.
I feel like if you asked me even 2, maybe 3 years ago, the same question, I would have picked Rondo back in the day. Yeah, you would have Rondo feeding the Jays with Robert Williams, Al Horford. I would have picked Rondo. But I mean, KG is. But now it's too good.
I even think if we only had D White and we never got Drew, I would still have taken Rondo.
Yeah.
Because then we'd have Tillman still, so we'd have the big depth. But I think Garnett's the right pick here.
Yeah, no, Garnett is the right pick. That's fun.
I have an interesting question about Rondo.
Yeah.
Do you think the Lakers would have won in the bubble if they didn't have him?
Yeah.
I'm going to say no.
No, come on, man.
No.
They
know why?
had Braun and AD.
Well, if they still ended
Kuzma was playing out of
here's the thing. Yeah, maybe they would have won. Yes, they probably would have won because they played the Heat, and the Heat just couldn't match up.
Yeah.
But, some of these other games where they needed, experience, that's where Rondo came in handy. Rondo wasn't a starter.
That's fair,
Rondo finished the games. Rondo, he would come in 2 minutes left in the first quarter, just start second quarter. Rondo would be up there for pretty much the rest of the game.
I think J.R. Smith helped them win that ring strictly off of vibes.
J.R. Smith, Dwight Howard. Who else was on that team? Kuzma.
It was Kuz. I think KCP was still
KCP, yep.
Yeah.
I like KCP. KCP, people thought KCP...
Danny Green, I believe, was there for that team.
KCP, people thought he was going to be out of the league.
Yeah.
And KCP...
He's still kicking it.
Got it done again last year with Denver.
Hey, he's a bucket, dude.
Do you think they're better or worse than they were last year? Even though they lost Bruce Brown, I think they're better.
I don't know. Bruce Brown's a tough loss. I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna say they're worse because I think Bruce Brown was that valuable to them in that lineup, being able to be a 3-and-D guy. But
I'd say they're better because Aaron Gordon's taken more of a leap.
Yeah.
Because I don't think MPJ is.
That's fair.
I don't think MPJ is a third option anymore on that team. I think Aaron Gordon. I think Gordon leveled himself up.
I mean, you would think MPJ is the first option with the shots that guy takes.
Michael never swing the rock. Porter Jr.
Never swing the rock.
You know what else? It's hard for me to believe, but if you look at it, then you're like, yeah, okay, it makes sense. Jamal Murray has never been an All-Star.
Yeah.
What was that look you just gave me? You're like, what is he about to say?
I was like, No, but like that does make sense because like Jamal Murray is like a very good player, but he's not like he doesn't take it.
He missed an entire season with a torn ACL.
Yeah, that's tough. And he came back and he balled.
He did. So. He got himself some hardware.
Yeah. I mean, the NBA is heating up. March Madness is heating up. It was a full basketball episode today. We didn't even have time to slander whoever is going to take JJ McCarthy in the top 5.
I need to know. Do you have like any reason why his draft stock is going so high?
Yes. So the big thing with JJ McCarthy, first of all, he had a phenomenal pro day. He looked really, and not just like he made good throws in his pro day. His pro day was like everything 100%. It was like 70 good reps in a row. Also, the big thing with JJ is. People or the quarterbacks who succeed the most from college historically are the guys who are really, really good at throwing over the middle. And that's what JJ was very, very good at. He was great at throwing over the middle at Michigan. That's another thing. Talking ball with him, people apparently have loved. People have loved the way he thinks about the game and how he's a team first guy and he goes and he executes the game plan. And don't get me wrong, there's a lot to love about JJ McCarthy, a whole lot. But the fact that he has moved up as high as he is, I think is ridiculous. And that's not on him, because again, you want to get drafted probably as high as possible. But I think he would be better off either going to like Minnesota, Denver, even I think the Raiders would be good. I think he needs to sit for a year. You gotta let him cook for a year.
The Raiders would be nice.
The Raiders would be sick, yeah.
Because the Raiders have a good team.
Yeah. Who's the QB in?
It's O'Connell.
Oh, okay.
I like the
O'Connell for a year. Fine.
Dude, O'Connell's going into his second season, I think.
Yeah.
I like the Raiders vibes though because like remember how they had that spark at the end of the year? They didn't make the playoffs, but they started winning. So like they're just having fun and like I think it was before or after a game in the locker room playing on a mini hoop.
Pierce is a great coach too. He's killed it there.
It was pretty. I mean, anything gets better than Josh McDaniels. Yeah. Let's be real here.
Yeah,
I heard Devontae Adams wanted out if they didn't hire him full time either.
Yeah, which I mean,
valid.
It's so valid. He won the games.
Turned the season around.
Yeah.
What was his name again? I forget.
I think it's Antonio Pierce.
Antonio Pierce. That's his name.
Yeah.
But they're playing on a mini hoop, and Devontae Adams is like, "Hey, I bet ESPN says this is why we're losing games."
Yeah, right.
I just love the vibes. They don't care what anybody tells them.
That's playing like the OG Raiders, man.
Playing football, having fun, and now they have the potential to be good. I'm not saying they're gonna be good because picking the Raiders to do anything good is always not going to pay off.
No, it's not.
It's like no hate against the Raiders, it's just proven.
Yeah, no, it's historically.
And I guess they lost Josh Jacobs, so who's their running back now? Did they sign someone?
I don't think so.
Oh.
It's looking tough.
That sucks.
It's looking tough over there. I guess to kind of close out this episode of the Part-Time Pod, just my final question to you will be, where do you think McCarthy's going to end up? I hope. I'll say I think too. I think he's gonna end up in Minnesota. Yeah, me too.
I think some of these teams are gonna see that like, they're gonna see like the 3-headed monster quarterbacks that they're gonna be the pick even though if they don't pan out. Like it's gonna be Williams first and then Daniels or May. Pick whatever order you want.
Daniels is the favorite now.
Then we're gonna go Harrison.
Yep.
And then who's the 5th pick? Chargers.
Chargers probably trade back. Someone trades up.
I don't know. They're either gonna do that, or wait. Did you take May?
Yeah. Well, if we take Harrison, and Daniels goes second, then I feel like
you don't think the Pats are gonna take Drake May? If really, they met with him.
Yeah. See, like it's my thing is that like with Drake and May, you need to be patient with him, and I feel like New England is not patient with quarterbacks right now. Like May, they're gonna want May to start day one. That's just not his gig. He needs a year to cook. Same thing with Anthony Richardson. He needed a little bit of time.
He got injured, so that's like not really
exactly. No. I think he balled out when he was there. But again, you saw mistakes that he made, and you're like, okay, this guy needs a year before you can start considering him to be good. And I feel like May has that, but I feel like May cannot. If May plays his first year, it's going to be like Josh Rosen level of bad.
Do you think you could say the same, like about when you're talking your Anthony Richardson opinion, do you think you could say the same thing about Bryce Young? Or do you think that's more like the team he's on just sucks?
I think it's more the team that he's on. Again, Bryce didn't make good throws, but he really didn't have a lot of places to go. I feel like Bryce, it's kind of like the Trevor Lawrence where you got to chalk it up.
I think gotta
chalk it up to like, oh well, it's his first.
Did they hire a new coach?
They did. Yeah, they fired Frank Reich. I don't remember who it is,
Good.
but it's not Frank Reich anymore. I think we've pretty much run out of time here on the part-time.
There's not even like a time limit.
I know.
We kind of just go till like we feel like it.
We do just kind of ball.
We have covered a lot of topics though.
We have, yeah.
Well, you got any other like closing remarks?
I mean, go Iowa, and I guess go Purdue.
Go.
NBA playoffs are exciting. JD McCarthy should not go top 3. That's what I got.
NFL GMs, I know you're watching.
I know you are watching.
Will does his research.
Hey, I'm available. I understand.
He only works here part time.
That's true. I do only work here part time.
He needs a full time job.
I do. Actually, funny enough, the diploma came in last night.
Hey,
yeah,
there we go. Had to pay like an extra $1K for that.
It was so bad.
Something you earn, you have to pay for.
Exactly.
All
well,
right.
That's going to do it for the part-time pod. Thank you very much
listening.
for watching. Instagram, YouTube, all that stuff. I'm Will Nicholson.
We'll post some clips. I'm Tyler Panero. See ya.
Peace.